Okay, ladies, you don't want to do that. You don't want to get infections. You don't want to get that kind of thing. You know, you want to be smelling fresh at all times. So please don't. Guys, welcome back to the channel. This is your girl, Mishi Wang. Guys, in today's video, I'll be talking about some self-care or some hygiene tips. All right, so this is like the second video in my level up or self-care series. I'm really not sure what I want to call it, but I did a video talking about some resolutions to have a better life in 2022. All right, so this series is really targeted at level up, self-care, how to make yourself a better person, how to create a better version of yourself. All right, so today's video I'll be talking about, as I said earlier, some self-care tips. All right, some hygiene tips. Some of these tips are some things that I wish I knew earlier, like in my 20s, but I know them now, and that's the great thing, and I want to share some of these things with you. So guys, if you want to see all of what I have to share with you today, then keep on watching. All right, so guys, let's head straight into these topics, and the first thing that I want to touch on is oral care or oral hygiene, and I do have some notes written down in my book as per usual. So when you see me looking down, that's the reason for me looking down. Okay, all right, so the first thing that I want to talk about is oral hygiene, and I'll be talking to you about oral hygiene based from experience as well as what I would have learned in school, like growing up, what you learn in school, and also primarily what I want to tell you is that most of these tips are what I would have gotten from my dentist. All right, because I do like to share expert experience with you guys. I'm no expert in these fields, but I do like to share with you expert experience. All right, so the first thing that I want to tell you about oral hygiene, like to have fresh smelling breath, is brush your teeth. All right, also make sure you're brushing properly. All right, one of the things that I usually do and I think that I'm brushing properly is I brush my teeth way too hard, and this is what my dentist tell me, and so the gum line it recedes. All right, so you don't want to do that. You don't want to brush too hard and thinking you're brushing hard because you want to have clean teeth. You want to have clean teeth. You don't want to brush too hard, because when your gum line they recede, then you'll get sensitive teeth, and that's what I have. So I have to use like sensitive toothpaste. All right, so sensitive teeth, when you have sensitive teeth, your teeth they can easily become cramped. When you drink something cold and when you drink something hot, then it burns. It doesn't really affect me when I drink something too hot, but it usually affects me when I drink something too cold or when I bite on it. So really and truly guys, I don't really use this side of my mouth like back then. I really find that I really don't have that problem anymore. But guys, if you do find that you have sensitive teeth, then stop brushing so hard and use sensitive toothpaste. Sensodyne is one of the good ones that you can try using. All right, so that's one thing you need to be brushing, guys. Also, what we need to be doing is we need to be flossing. All right, flossing, it helps to remove all that, and you hear it on the TV all the time when they're advertising toothpaste. It is no joke. The flossing helps to remove all the particles that would be stuck between your teeth, which of course your toothbrush can't go between those spaces and take those food particles out. So the flossing helps to remove those. All right, so when you don't floss, those build up, and of course they're going to help to cause your mouth to be smelling awful. So guys, we need to be flossing as well. Okay, so I know a lot of people don't like to do it. I don't particularly like to do it either, but flossing is really good. All right, you should be feeling like a space between your teeth. That means there's nothing between them. This is kind of corny, but yeah, it's something that we need to talk about. All right, so guys, ensure that you're flossing. Also, what we need to ensure that we're doing, and this is one advice from my dentist as well, we know we all drink tea, well, most of us. So when we drink tea, guys, it tend to stain our teeth. So when we drink tea, we need to be washing our mouth after drinking tea, because if you don't, then your teeth will get discolored and have stains on them. So right after drinking your tea, go and wash your mouth out. Guys, I also, guess what happened? I decided I'm gonna do the coffee and lemon challenge. I'm not a coffee drinker. I don't drink coffee. Call me old-fashioned, but when I was growing up, my grandma used to tell me, you're not drinking any coffee because you're gonna dance. And I don't know, I just grew with that. I know that it's not true, but I just don't drink coffee. All right, so I don't drink coffee. And when I decided I'm gonna try that coffee challenge, because of course I want to get rid of my belly fat, I decided, you know what, this is not worth it. I'm just gonna exercise, because when I look at how dark that coffee is, I can just I was just thinking of how much this is going to stain my teeth, and so I just stopped doing that challenge. All right, so guys, remember, we need to be washing our mouth out after drinking tea or anything, eating curry, that kind of thing. Yeah, because they do actually stain your teeth. All right, so one other thing that my dentist told me is to use, for teeth whitening or to have whiter teeth, you can use baking soda. All right, so you can use toothpaste with baking soda in it, toothpaste with baking soda in it, or you can use baking soda in your toothpaste. You can add the baking soda from home. All right, this is something that I remember while growing up back in the country, when we didn't have any toothpaste, or like when we run out of toothpaste, we would use baking soda and salt to brush our teeth. Yeah, baking soda and salt. All right, so that's one thing. Guys, for fresh mouth, I know a lot of people, you know, like, don't like this kind of thing, but I know for myself, when I was younger and like sleeping over, the fresh breath, the morning breath kind of thing, I don't like it. And so I learned later on in life, one way that you could avoid morning breath is to brush your teeth. Like all of these that I said, do them before going to bed at night, and in the morning you wake up with fresh breath. Trust me on this one. All right, so you want to floss your teeth, you want to brush, and one more tip, you want to use a mouthwash before going to bed, and you'll wake up with fresh smelling breath. Trust me on that one. If you don't believe me, go ahead, try it, and come back and let me know how well it works for you, because it really does work. All right, so guys, remember, you need to floss, you need to brush, and you need to be using a mouthwash as well for fresh smelling breath. All right, so guys, let's move on to the next tip, or the next category, and this is skincare. All right, I know you're asking me for a male skincare tip, but I really need to do some further research on that and then come back to you guys with that part. But I'm gonna be talking about skincare in general. So guys, girlfriends, here's what we need to be doing. For clear skin, we need to be exfoliating. I know that this is a step that we most times skip or just don't do, but yeah, when we exfoliate, then we help to get rid of those dead cells, the dead skin, the dead everything that is pent up or built up on our faces, and the soap alone cannot get them out. We need to be exfoliating. And when I say exfoliating, then you need to be using a scrub on your face to help to get rid of the dead cells. All right, so you can use a scrub, I don't know, any scrub. If you're a beginner, just start with something. So you use a scrub for your face. You want to ensure that you're scrubbing, exfoliating. You also want to ensure that you're cleansing your face with whatever cleanser you decide to use. But it's best, if you have oily skin, then you try to get something that targets oily skin. If you have dry skin, then try to get something, a cleanser that targets dry skin. Or if you have combination skin, then get something that targets that kind of skin. All right, so you want to ensure that you, one, exfoliate, and two, you cleanse. You also want to ensure that you're moisturizing. All right, so even if you have oily skin, you still need to moisturize, because this helps to keep your skin looking healthy. All right, so moisturize. If you are afraid, you have oily skin and you're afraid of having too much on your face, then get something for oily skin. Get a moisturizer for oily skin. Walk around. Then get a moisturizer for oily skin. All right, if you have dry skin, then get a moisturizer for dry skin. All right, so guys, you need to be, let's repeat, exfoliate, you need to cleanse, and you need to moisturize. All right, we also need to do this for our skin, our body as well, because that makes up a part of our skin. A lot of times we only focus on the face and neglect the body, but we need to be thinking about the body as well. And we also need to exfoliate your body, and that is the reason why they have body scrubs. All right, so you can use body scrub to exfoliate. You can also use those sponge thing. That's what I use most times to clean to bathe with. All right, I use the sponge, and yeah, so you need to do that to exfoliate your skin. You also need to moisturize. I say use a good lotion for your skin to prevent dry skin if you have dry skin, and something for not oily skin, like for dry skin you need to use something for dry skin. All right, I love to use my oils. I sometimes use baby oil, I use coconut oil, I use shea butter. I also like to use Jergens, which has coconut oil or honey. All right, I like to use those for my skin, but just use what works best for you, but just ensure that you are paying attention to the body as well. All right, guys, we've come to this part of the video. I was really wondering if I should touch on this part, but the vagina, all right, your private part, ladies, let's talk about that area. Okay, so we want to ensure, and I do have more things to say about each of these categories, but depending on how well you guys like this video, then I'll do another video or more videos talking about skincare or, you know, self-care in these areas. But guys, let's move on to the private part now. Okay, so you want to ensure that you're not using the same rag, washcloth, whatever you use for your body as you are using for down there. Okay, ladies, you don't want to do that. You don't want to get infections. You don't want to get that kind of thing, you know? Don't use the same rag that you use on your body down there. All right, so that's one tip. Another tip is you want to be taking probiotics. All right, and this is something that I learned very later on in life. These can help your body to fight yeast infection, that kind of thing. All right, so guys, if you wear stockings to work or, you know, that kind of thing, then you are prone to get that yeast infection. So yeah, you can help your body to fight by taking probiotics. Also, guys, to wash down there, please do not use soap. All right, use vaginal wash. They do have these kind of thing, and I'm happy that, you know, modern invention has come up with different kind of things for, you know, special kind of these kind of thing. So you can get a special wash, but you do not want to be using your soap, because a lot of soap, they are scented and they have different things that make them up, which can throw your pH off. And you know, when your pH is thrown off, you know what happens. Okay, we do something that we all don't like. All right, so don't use the same soap that you use. Don't use soap, use a special soap. And I was watching TikTok some time ago, and I saw a doctor talking about some soaps that you can use. So they do have soaps that you can use that are safe. I think Pears soap is one of them, but don't quote me on that. I really don't know. I just don't use soap any at all. All right, so Love Your Natural, I think her name is, this YouTuber, she talks about this kind of things. I was watching her video, and she said that something that she does in order to not have any smell all day every day is after each trip to the bathroom, she walks with a bottle, and she has warm water in it, and she use after each a trip to the bathroom, she uses her wipes with the warm water and she washed down there. Okay, so she washed down there. All right, so that is what she does, and her underwear is spotless, it's clean, and she is clean all day out. That's because that is what she does. Also, when she goes to the bathroom for a number 2, I think she also says she does the same thing. She washes up after. Okay, this is not something that I practice, but I certainly I do support it. I was just thinking to myself, how would I get to do that at work? How would I do that in the bathroom? But whatever. But you know, I do think it does make sense. It doesn't hurt to share it with you guys, so I said I'm gonna go ahead and share it with you guys. So if that's something that you are into or you think that you could do, then there it goes. I'm gonna put her name on the screen so you can see who I'm talking about. Oh, also guys, please do not use tissue, use wipes. Trust me, you'll thank me later. All right, so that's it guys. Those are the 3 areas that I wanted to talk about today. I wanted to keep this video short and spicy, but those are the 3 areas that I wanted to speak on in our level up journey. These are the things that we need to do. These are the things to help us to have a better life, help us to create a better version of ourselves. Of course, we do need to focus on the outside. We do need to focus on what we're presenting to the public. All right, so this is a walking billboard, or you are a walking advertisement. All right, so they say don't judge a book by the cover, but that's all we do in society. People are going to look at you and they are going to, you know, form some sort of whatever they think about who you are based on how you look. So I do hope that these steps would have helped you on your journey to create or to have a better personal hygiene. Please guys, focus on your oral health, focus on your skin, and focus on your body. All right, so guys, this is where I end this video off. Guys, remember, if you like this kind of thing, go ahead and let me hear it down in the comments. I'll go ahead and do some more videos targeting self-care, skincare, and leveling up in general, making yourself a better person in general. All right, so this is where I end this video off. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to share the video with your friends, your aunts, uncles, whoever you think would like this video. All right guys, so thank you so much for watching again. Bye.